Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be doing a cut crease glam full glam makeup tutorial. So I'm starting off by priming my face with the Neutrogena Hydro Gel and the NYX Angel Veil primer. Then I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the Maybelline loose setting spray just to make my face matte. Now in today's look we are going for a full cut crease full glam. As y'all can see, I'm gonna use the L.A Girl Pro concealer in the shade orange. This is like a color corrector to block out any dark spots or blemishes that you may have, because I'm going for a full glam look today. But other than that, this is our first video of the year, babes, and I just want to wish everyone a happy new year. I hope y'all prosper and do something that makes you happy, reach your goals, and subscribe to this channel because I have a lot in store for y'all this year. It's gonna be all things beauty, all things hair, all things fashion, and a couple of vlogs of my life. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and of course I'm gonna tell y'all everything that I'm doing, so keep on watching. Giving me wind and rain, you're some kind of butterfly. My appetite, don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. I'm taking my L.A Girl Pro concealer to clean up those brows. I'm looking at this video and I'm like, dang, why every time I do my makeup my hands is ashy? That's crazy. But I'm taking the L.A Girl Pro concealer in the shade Toffe. Chilling wind and rain, you're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. And now I'm going to take my second shade of the L.A Girl in the shade Expresso, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that to clean up my brows as well, just to mix those two, because I find that it gives me like the perfect shade. Don't leave me here high and dry. So now I'm taking my Kiss lash glue and I'm going to put that all over my brows so they can lock in place. Y'all already know the drill. When you use this, your eyebrows are literally tattooed on, like they ain't going nowhere all night. And then I'm taking the L'Oreal Infallible concealer to prime my eyelids for the eyeshadow. When you're doing eyeshadow, especially eyeshadow with color, you want to use a lighter eyeshadow base or primer, concealer, whatever, so the shadows can pop. And then you also want to set it. I'm taking my Airspun powder to set that concealer. I forgot to show y'all that, but that's what I use to set the concealer on my eyes before I do that. Yeah. So now we're going to be using two palettes. The first one we're going to be using is the Morphe 3503 palette, and I'm going to be taking that little brown shade on the far right, that last shade, and I'm going to put that in my crease just to transition. And basically I'm just building that color in just to make sure that everything is blended. So it's going to be a transition shade so everything blends smoothly. Now to darken up the eye, I'm going to take that like dark brown shade on the palette. It's on the bottom left, and I'm going to put that also in my crease and just blend that out together. One thing that I do want to say is that y'all keep in mind that these videos are edited, so don't just think that you put these shadows on and it's over. Like, no baby, you need to sit there and blend. It takes me, like when I'm doing dramatic eyeshadow looks, it takes me about a good 30 minutes on eyes, just to make sure everything is blended. And now what I'm doing, I took the black eyeshadow out of that palette, and I just put that in my crease because I wanted it dark. Like, I wanted it to be a little smoked out. But like I was saying, y'all, you have to blend these eyeshadows. It does take time. I know watching YouTube, it looks like we do it, well, the YouTube video might say 30 minutes, but it wasn't done in 30 minutes. Like, this literally took me about a good 2 hours. So 2 hours, which meaning like including my face and everything like that. So yeah, just want to make y'all aware that the key to makeup is blending. Blend. And now I'm just taking a clean brush just to blend those two colors together. Remember, like I said, everything has to be blended. So I'm just taking a brush with nothing on it and just making sure to blend out those harsh lines. Okay, so I'm taking the concealer that I use to prime my eyes to do the cut crease. The way that you want to do the cut crease is when you open your eye, where you see, so like when you close your eyes, obviously you see the crease, but a little bit above the crease, that's where you want to put your cut crease at. So at the beginning, y'all saw that, like when I opened my eye, I did a line, like a dot right above my crease, because the point of a cut crease is you still want to see the cut crease when your eyes are open. You do not want to cut your crease where your actual crease is, because when you open your eye, nobody's going to see the cut crease and it's going to look like you got eyeshadow like balled up everywhere. So you want to cut your crease a little higher than your normal crease, so when your eyes are open, people can see the actual cut crease. And what I like to do is start off in the middle and just stamp, like do small little lines and then connect the lines all together and really take my time. This is not a rushing process, y'all. A cut crease takes time, precision. Obviously, once you get used to it and get better, you know, it won't take no time, but I definitely take my time with cut creases because I like them to be sharp, defined, and crisp. So definitely take your time. I use stamping motions, and then all I'm doing right now is patting off that excess concealer and just making sure to clean up my cut crease. So now I'm just taking the airspun powder and just setting that cut crease where I put all that concealer to get them prepped for eyeshadows. So now I'm taking the James Charles palette. Unfortunately, it is sold out. I only could find it on Morphe and it was sold out. But we're going to use that green shade in there. And yes, that's the only color we are using out of the palette. I know. I could have used that whole James Charles palette to do the whole look, but it is what it is. But yes, we're using that green and we're packing that green all over the lid. I ended up switching brushes because a lot of people say when you do a cut creases, apply your matte shadows with a fluffy brush, but it does not come out right for me. So I use a packer brush. I find that works way better for me when I'm applying shadows, and I really like pack that color on there, and the color came out very bright and vibrant. But back to this James Charles palette. The James Charles palette is an OG holy grail. I love that palette, and I'm so sad that it is sold out. So I'm sorry, babes, y'all won't be able to get that. But it is sold out on Morphe's website. I don't know if they're going to restock it. but I only use one shade out of there, and I'm pretty sure you can find a green like this out of another palette, probably like Juvia. I'm pretty sure Juvia Place has a shade like that. So I'm doing a half cut crease. This is what you would call a half cut crease because I didn't cut my whole eye. But I'm just taking that darker shade out of that Morphe palette, and I'm just blending the two together to make it seamless and blending out any harsh lines. So for the glitter, I was going to use this NYX glitter, but then I looked in the Morphe palette and I saw this pretty glitter. Oh my gosh, like I decided to use that. It's a pressed glitter inside the palette, so I used that instead, and it came out pretty well. Yeah, you got that yummy, 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 yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy, 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 yummy. Work my way, yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. Any day, yeah, work my way, yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. In the morning or late, work my way, standing up, keep me on the rise. Lost control of myself, I'm compromised. You're incriminating, no disguise. And you ain't never running low on supplies. 50-50 other way you split it. 100 racks up and spin it, babe. Light a match, get lit, babe. Take jet set, watch the sunset come. To line my eyes, I'm taking the Essence liquid eyeliner, and I'm just gonna do me a wing liner. I can't really explain how to do a wing liner. You just gotta really have a really steady hand. Sometimes I kind of like rest my pinky finger on my face to make my hand steady. But yeah, you just kind of do it in the shape that you want to do it. I like my eyeliner really sharp. I like the wing to be sharp, babe. So I take my time and I go in sections. I don't do one huge line. I make sure to do it in sections to make sure it's precise. But that's pretty much how you do like a wing liner. I used to kill these in high school, y'all. These little crazy, I'm not gonna call them crazy looks. They're creative looks. You can't tell me that I wasn't the baddest girl in high school, because I used to go to school doing cut creases, wing liner, wing eyeliner, lashes. Like I was doing a whole mile. And I know nowadays we do the soft girl makeup, but sometimes I be wanting to see the creative looks. And I'm just taking concealer to sharpen up that eyeliner. This is where, if you don't really know how to do my eyeliner, it's okay, because concealer is your best friend. Like I said, concealer is your eraser. So if I mess up on that wing, I just take that concealer and sharpen it up a bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and coat my lashes with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Went ahead and did it off the other camera off camera. And before y'all come for me, yes, I know one of the eyes cut crease look a little bit different than the other one. Hence this eye is different than that one, or vice versa. But yeah, I kind of messed up. But that's okay, because guess what? I'm not an MUA, like a trained MUA. I'm really self-taught. And for me to even do this without really going to somebody to teach me, I think it's pretty wrong. But I was really trying to fill out for my eye shape, because a lot of people, when they do cut creases, they just think to automatically like literally cut your actual crease. But the point of a cut crease is when you open your eye, I should see where the crease is. I shouldn't open my eye and your cut crease line is in there. So now it just looks like you got one glob of eyeshadow. I don't even see the sparkle or nothing. I'm supposed to see it when your eye is open. That's why it looks like a cut crease. So yeah, I'll be doing my cut creases from like this for now. But y'all, people make mistakes. Even the best hairstylists and makeup artists makes mistakes. But that's the beauty of this industry, like makeup and hair, because you can fix your mistakes. You can correct them. Like concealer is literally your eraser. If you add one more color, you just gotta blend it out, really blend it out. And then now some mistakes is really harsh and you do have to start all over, but 80% of the time you can just fix it, like mix the colors in, do something to use it. I remember when I took art class in elementary school, the art teacher used to say there's no mistakes. There's no mistakes in this class. You can fix it. You can fix it. That's how I think about with makeup. There's no mistakes. You can fix it. There's no rules. There's no rule book. I feel like there's like the obvious basic rules, like obviously your makeup has to be blended and stuff like that, but everybody don't blend the same. I have a confession. I don't know about this Fenty Beauty foundation. I used to love this when it first came out. Y'all couldn't tell me this wasn't my foundation. One thing about it though, she dries down really quickly. So this is not one of those foundations where you put it all over your face then blend. No, babe, you need to put it on your face, blend, put it on your face, blend. Because now that I'm blending it, as I'm putting it on my face, I'm starting to see that it's not as patchy and streaky as when I put it on before. I just didn't, I left it on for too long and it wouldn't move. So that's why, but I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it and it's definitely giving skin. So yeah, that's the truth about this foundation, y'all. I almost got scared because this is my favorite foundation. I love it. Yeah. That's because moral of the story is Fenty Beauty. You cannot put her all over your face, spray her down, and then say, yes, I'm finna blend it. Because once it locks, it is locked. It's not moving. It's not going nowhere. You cannot blend it out. And that's what was wrong with my makeup when I tried to record that video, but I just like deleted it because it didn't even look good. But that's what happened. And I was trying to blend it, but I was in such a rush I didn't even care no more. So, but yeah. Okay, Fenty. It blended, y'all. I'm really happy because I got sad. This used to be my favorite foundation. But she just dries down really matte. I don't know if she dries down matte or the technique that I prime my face with is so matte, so the foundation just absorb it. I'm not sure. But this foundation is matte, babe. Like, I think the foundation is just matte. Because I have some matte foundations and they don't never dry down this quick. So next, I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Deep to conceal underneath my eyes. Yes, I'm just putting that underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, forehead, my cupid's bow, and my chin. Now I'm taking the Juvia's Place concealer to contour to cream contour. This is a full glam look, so I am cream contouring. And I'm just contouring on my cheekbones, my forehead, and down the bridge of my nose. So now I'm taking another Tarte Shape Tape concealer, but in the shade Medium Tan Sand. And I'm just going to put that underneath my eye to highlight, just to give me an extra highlight to brighten up my eye, because I love a bright under eye. And I'm just taking my beauty blender just to blend everything out and make sure it is all seamless. Now I'm taking my Dermablend powder in the shade Warm Saffron to just set everywhere where I highlighted. I like to go in with a powder brush to set first, and then I bake afterwards, because I feel like just setting it makes it look a little bit more seamless. And now I'm taking my Juvia's Place bronzer in the shade Dark. I'm using that first shade at the top just to go ahead and contour. So now I'm just cleaning up my nose contour with that Dermablend powder, and then I'm also going to be cleaning up my cheekbones to where I contour. So I'm going to be using that same powder to clean up my contour. So now I'm using an L.A Girl eyeliner. I forgot to include this, but everything will be in the description box as well. But this is the L.A Girl eyeliner just to line my eyes. Now I'm just taking the brown shade out of that Morphe palette just to like blend out or smoke out my under eye. I don't know why I did that. I just, wanted to do that. I thought it added some definition to my eyes. So yeah. Now I'm taking the Fit Me pressed powders to dust away all that powder that I used to bake. I'm using 220 Natural Beige to dust away that powder underneath my eyes, because when you dust away that powder underneath your eyes, you want to use a pressed powder that is similar to your highlight. And then I am taking the 360 Mocha Fit Me powder. It's a darker shade to dust off that powder on the rest of my face. And I just use one that's kind of closer to my skin tone to blend that in, because I kind of don't like the discoloration. I like my face to look seamless, And I'm taking the Morphe setting spray. Y'all, I just got this setting spray in the jumbo. This is the best setting spray ever. If you don't have this in your makeup kit, you need to get it. It's the best setting spray. And now I am going to be taking some mascara just to, coat my bottom lashes, what little bottom lashes I do have. So yeah. Yeah, so dope, I had cornrow. I can see you nigga hang with the door closed. Now I'm looking for a glove with a sparkle on it. And my CBD got chocolate on it. Big thing, take small. So now I'm going to be prepping for lashes. So I'm taking that Kiss lash glue and just putting a thin layer on my lash line. And I take the spoolie to get all that extra glue out of my real lashes, just so the false lash won't stick there. Oh, excuse me. And now I'm just taking some lashes to put on my eye, y'all. I get my lashes off of Alibaba because they're cheaper and they are like much fluffier to me. You just gotta find a vendor that you like and get them, but that's where I get my lashes from. I'll probably do some lashes from like the hair store that I like that you guys could use, but yeah, my lashes come from Alibaba. B.I.G. everything zoomed in. Big bag on me looking like I'm moving in. Got my foot in the door and we still here. I'm a first generation. Next, I'm using the Juvia's Place Blush Duo. I'm using that dark, like pinkish shade to apply the blush. Now I'm taking the Candy Cognac Fenty Beauty highlighter. This is my favorite highlighter, y'all. Like, I finally got a new one. As y'all can see, my old one is so old. It don't even have the letters on it. But look how pretty it is in the packaging. Y'all, this is really cute for people of color. It really like shows up like bronze goddess type. So that's my favorite highlighter. Unfortunately, it is like out of stock. I could only find it on the Fenty Beauty site, and it's out of stock there. So hopefully they get it back soon. I'm taking the NK eyeliner pencil. I actually use this for a lip liner in the shade like dark brown, and just to line my lips.
Tell them hoes that it's crunch time abdomen. Yes, I caught Mad Chanel and Mad Javin. She did it again, imagine them about to make these pumpkins mad again. Back to them. I lead the pack, so my back's to them. Yup, the queen's back, what's happening? Rerun, about to make these.
Now I'm taking the Wet n Wild liquid catsuit liquid lipstick. I'm putting that in the center of my lips, and then I am gonna go in with another lip gloss. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Praline, and putting that on top, just to give me like that nude in the center. And then now I'm gonna go in with the clear lip gloss from the hair store, the OG, and I'm just gonna put that all over my lips. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye.